So we do have a 1 p.m. auction note and CPI tomorrow. So got to play a little safe today. Daily chart looks like we're already a 2 up. So all right, looking long here. ES is looking long at least. ES is breaking up and Q is not yet. New fiver here. Hmm. Maybe not looking long. Yeah, there's ES. Just watching for now. Lots of fake outs. Probably looking to go short here. New 15er, but we did get into that 1 and the 5-minute fair value gap. Just watching for now. All right, I am giving a short a try. 54.25, 10 points. Want to see this go 2 down fairly quickly. Fingers on the exit button. Just because we're right at that 50 level. Missed by a tick. See if it can get down there. One tick off. There it is. One R filled. ES isn't nearly as far down as NQ is. So hard stop break even. All right, closing NQ. Just taking my extra 5 points. ES is on a 5-minute inside. Yeah, I got it by a tick. Yesterday I missed No joke, 3 exits off of between 2 ticks. So it feels good to get one with 1 tick. ES is holding us up. I'm probably looking long on NQ out of this break of structure fair value gap. Gonna place a buy stop at 54, 10-point stops. Alrighty, canceling those. Holy bejeebers. There goes ES. Short NQ 23.75, 20 points. This is retracing a little bit too much, but that is a break structure for value gap it's going into. Alrighty, let's see a 2 down here. New fiver coming. See a breakdown here. Microsoft had a huge gap up day. Grabbing Q puts, 0.40 on the 404s. Struggling here. All right, I'm closing everything. Q's break even. Everything else break even. Really wanted this little push under that outside bar at 910 to be the push to break low a day. ES, look at the top left chart starting to curl up, and also it's in a 5-minute fair value gap curling up. So while NQ looks very bearish, got to pay attention to the others as well. This is going to be a better place to short if we do go short as a market, of course. Give me one sec. Got to get my drink. Alrighty. Looking good short now. All right, I'm taking it short 23.75, 10 or 20 points. Close to 20. Dang, real close to that 20-point trim. Outside bar now. Target's going to be 77 probably. See a 2 down here. New fiver coming 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Like to see a 2 down here on the 1 immediately. Grabbing the Q puts. There's 1R. Oh, I got filled. I was going to say, man, did I really not get filled again? Another failed. So far on the 5, it is. But it retested that, or it tested the 800 level. So no surprise there that it needs to retrace a tiny bit. All right, closing NQ. Probably going to close these Q puts as well. They're only down 18%, but looking a little sketchy here, taking out these pre-market lows. So I'm going to close them. Minute left on this 5-minute candle. All right, I'm going long in Q. 33.50. $10. Mm. Might do 20. We'll see. 10 gets me to VWAP. But that just got me into a fair value gap, so I'll actually keep it at 10. If it's going to take 10, it's probably taking 20 out of this fair value gap. $10 points hit there. Make sure I got a fill. I did. 10 points filled. See if we can't push through and get 20. This is looking like a good setup for a trend long. Grabbing the 407 calls, 0.57. See, we gotta have a setup here somewhere. Nvidia breaking out currently. Tesla's curling. Apple. Microsoft's breaking out, so I'll get Microsoft. If I can type. $2R hit there on NQ. Taking 0.64 on Qs when it comes. I really, really like this setup. 15 minutes ending a huge fail 2 on the 15. 2-2 reversal out of a liquidity sweep on the hourly. Looking real nice for a long. Boeing may be long. None of the alts really look crazy good to me right now. New 5 and 15er. I totally missed your message there, Mario, but he asked how I disappeared. I'm not sure what you mean. I've been here. 0.64 got filled on Qs. Most attractive is probably Tesla. Let me take a look at it on a higher time frame. Yeah, 212 on the. What is going on here? Symbol. So 15, 212 up, 5 failed 2. Hourly's outside right now. I see and Q pumping, by the way. I'm going 1R here, 59s. Stopped out on those. Just expecting it to go up. Obviously, with me going into it long, but didn't think it needed a retrace. Next longs are probably in here. This fair value gap. Take another look at Tesla. Yeah, probably gonna wait on Tesla. Look at ES now. And Q had to change a character. ES has not. Out of Q's, break even. Pretty much a doji there on the 5. ES is looking very bearish. Oh, I got you, Mario. I wish I could. I wish I got like a audible notification when I had somebody in Google typing. By the way, Google Meets. Apparently, I can run this call in Discord on on stages, but I'd have to. You guys would have to request to speak. I know most of you don't speak, but I probably could make it so that everybody can speak anyway. But would you rather have it on Discord or would you rather have it on Google Meets? Obviously, no invites would be necessary for the Discord one. We can kind of tinker with it, but just let me know your thoughts. Huey only had an opinion of whatever is easiest. Oh, Mickey in the chat going off. That's what I'm wondering. Well, 7 777 is my target, but so far we're keeping higher on this fair value gap. ES is what's spooky right now. No. No, well, yeah, definitely not while charting. Well, actually, I guess when charting, I don't use regular trading hours. I use extended, but I don't chart up like all the pre-market highs and lows really. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 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 All right. We're gonna take a second and blast somebody in the chat. Mickey, bro, you lost me so much on those QQQ options. You lost me 400. You've gonna blank that out. Now you're gonna mess this call up too, no doubt. By the way, I won it. Not surprised you messed that up. I didn't. I won it. 0-3 today. Pathetic. I'm 1-2. But let's talk about how just real quick because we are in the good trading zone. But I didn't lose you money. You lost you money. You enter. Yeah, it's a real comment. It's on YouTube. By the way, Mickey Bones has been in my chat for several weeks and sung my praises, but now, got to flip up once they take a loss. I lost a 20% play, 120% play, which means you were in with $2,000. If losing $4,000 or $400 is a big deal to you, you shouldn't enter with $2,000. It was only a 20% loss. Number two, don't ever send these messages to people like you're saying I'm an asshole. Like this is being an asshole. I know you're emotional after losing money, but like I said, number one, I didn't lose you money. I lost money on those two, but you entered in the same trades. Hopefully, you did the same analysis that I had, and you lost money because of your analysis as well as mine. My alerts are not buy or sell signals. Um, yeah, Jason said Jesse came to this guy's house and clicked his buy button for him. Nope. That's what he's acting like, though, for sure. Number two, like, this is messed up. Didn't, like I said, didn't lose on that trade. I'm 1-for-2 in options, and I have one break even. So don't be this guy. I when you guys win and tag me with your testimonials, I never take credit for it. I've never once taken credit for it. I always say good execution and everything good on your part. And so, I won't take credit for your losses either. Anywho, don't be like Mickey. Mickey, I'm sorry you lost money, but take responsibility. I appreciate the chat. Everybody in the chat's coming to my defense. Yeah, I am 3-for-3 on NQ now. I'm 0-for-1 in the extra, but in options I'm 1-for-2. He was talking options. But yeah, it's part of the game. You got to manage your own trades. You got to take responsibility for when you win and when you lose, and it can't be anybody's fault but your own. Anywho, appreciate the love in the chat now. Just wanted to make a PSA. All right, I am not in NQ, but it is starting to curl around. Oh, I forgot to update my emotions get the best of you and you're trading sometimes for sure. But there's there's some maturity to not send messages like that even when you're emotional. Matthew said, "That's crazy. Every trade you take is your own. Don't know how you can even bring yourself to blame someone else." Well, some discords aren't as good as others at explaining that these alerts are not buy or sell signals. Some discords go as far um, to like recommend that people follow blindly. But you'll never catch me saying that. And in fact, that's what the disclaimer here at the top, not financial advice for educational and entertainment purposes only. Like all my alerts, you're never going to get the same exact fill. Like the guys who trade with me know that too. You're never going to get the same exact fill, but the heat map and analysis will help more times than not. But yeah, just got to have that info passed along. I'm not upset about it. I just honestly, it made me laugh. Uh, you know, but needed to get that message out there. Emotions and mental health is the hardest part of trading by far. Absolutely. And once you get to the point where a loss doesn't hurt you emotionally, that's when trading really becomes easy. Also, I paper handed those Q calls. Those are back up to 72 cents or so. Approaching high day here. Alan said, "That's not how you talk to people. Have to have some respect. It's your own trade. People do not want to be accountable for themselves." Yeah, I mean, like I said, I get losing $400 is never fun. So I get sending that out of emotion, but also it's never acceptable even when you're emotional. Especially when that exact person was in my chat for weeks on end making money, but the one time they lost money, I'm a pathetic asshole. Which again, I'm not emotional about. I know I'm not. I help a lot of people, but like here's a message that's coming in right now in a different server. So, you know, I don't really take credit for these, and I don't take credit for losses. Jesse's literally the nicest guy. You know you out of line if he calls you out. Yeah, I think that's probably the first time I've ever called somebody out by name too. But they did put it in my YouTube chat. So know what you're investing into and your risk. Thanks for what you do. Yep. Yep. Also, if $400 is a big loss to you, let me introduce you to my friend, the prop firms. $400 is not a small loss for most people. So I'm not trying to make it sound like it's not. But if you made a $400 loss on a prop firm, it doesn't feel as bad. NQ is at high day. ES is in a fat fair value gap. Just a little spooked by that. This 5 and 1 minute fair value gap kind of has me not wanting to be in, but also this fib looks nice and juicy too. So valid longs, I think. Going to be buying into high day, but here we are. Appreciate that, Taylor. Back to vibing with the country music. I was going to look for a long to break that high day, but then we get these fat red candles. I should have a Google Sheet where I where I calculate my days based on if I listened to the top country hits of 2023, because I didn't do it on Tuesday of last week, but I did it every other day, and Tuesday was a horrible day. I'm not saying it's coincidence. Binary said, "Dang, you've been sitting for 1 hour straight. Can you feel your butt?" Listen, man, one of the very first things I invested in when I turned into a full time trader was a chair. I've got a lazy boy. I do want a Herman Miller, but I'm not that bougie yet. Um, and honestly, the Herman Miller, I want the Logitech one. It's on a good sale. Well, actually, it's been on a good sale for forever, but I don't really want to spend $1,500 online on a chair that I haven't even been able to sit in. So I guess I can click this button that says "See in store." All right, looking long here. In long 69.50, 10 points. Grabbing 407 calls as well. This looks like a high a day sweep. All right, Taylor, I'll see you tomorrow, man. Yep, see you, man. Oh, shoot. Grab that on the wrong account. All right, 1 hour hit there. All right, let me get this up here. 69.50. For the visual effect. Q's trim at 0.87. Stop loss break even. Man, that Microsoft call would have printed. I think I was looking at it here on this, that ended a hammer, then went inside, then it went failed to, then 2-2 reversal was the signal. NVIDIA breaking high day. Meta kind of chopped. SPY approaching high day. All right, fair value gap here on NQ on the 1. Or actually, this is the 5. There's a 2R on NQ. .95 on Qs. Definitely looking to get long on the 1 hour channel. Binary Wizard said TP hit. Nice. Nice job. Hayden said do Microsoft options. I'm up $80. Yeah, I actually was gonna get in some earlier, but didn't end up doing it. Wesley said, do you use a trade copier? I do. On Trade of 8, I use the groups function, and on Ninja, I use the Apex trade copier. Two minutes left on this 5 minute candle. 15 is also in a fair value gap. Yes, not quite liking that high a day. I'm going to take a shot at a 1R at 84.50, 10 points. New fiver coming in soon. $15 actually looks pretty good. Gonna go another 1R entry at 91.75. ES 15 minutes still is inside. Interesting. All right, I'm closing both the 1 hours at break even. Average was 88.13 or so. Oops. That could have easily been a +2 hour trade, but so technically I won on like 4 points on the one and lost on like 3 or 2 on the other. But really would have liked to see ES immediately go 2 up on the new 5. This is looking like a little tiny liquidity sweep inside the fair value gap. Just playing it safe. All right, 5 more minutes in my trade window here. Still in the trims for now. I think if it changes character here on the 1, I probably am going to close. Crystal said, "Hey Jesse, any advice on trade management with Apex? The live trailing drawdown has been kicking my butt. I've tried moving my 1 hour to 10 points to grab earlier wins, but I don't think that's working for me." Are you trimming? That's the first thing. Are you trimming on Apex? Whiskey said, "Crystal, I had the same issue. I make sure I have half taken off at 1 hour and then slowly trim the rest. After it hits 3 hour, my stops move up to 1 hour, then at 4 they go to 2. Basically, I never let the trade retrace more than 2 hour. That's also a good plan." But yeah, Crystal, let me know if you're trimming. It's a lot harder to trim on Apex until you've gotten past the live trailing drawdown. I started with trimming and now I'm all out at 1 hour. Yeah, I finally figured out trimming doesn't work with Apex unless you're kind of lucky. Yeah, the that's my biggest beef with Apex. I'm not sure if they've addressed it publicly, and honestly, that it is what it is. But I don't think the live trailing drawdown is for the betterment of traders. I know they say like it's so that traders capture profit, but for me, Top Step, the way Top Step does their drawdown, I think is the best for traders, where your max loss limit does trail, but it trails at the end of the day, not intraday, and definitely not intra trade. So like if you're up $1,000 on the day, but then you take one more trade and lose 500, then they only see that you're up 500 on the day. Your trailing drawdown only moves up $500. But with Apex, if you're up $1,000 in a trade, then close for 500, you're down $500 in drawdown already. So I hate it. It is what it is on Apex accounts that are fresh. it's probably best to grab 1R and run. You know, and the 1R club that I started this month, now that the extra trades have been kind of hit or miss, but as of yesterday, so not including today, but yesterday, all trades put together is up 17.5R. So, you know, if your risk is $200, you'd be almost past that trailing loss, or you would be past the trailing loss limit, just by taking $200. So that's probably the best option for Apex, especially starting out, and then going from there. Whiskey said maybe if they did a hybrid, it would work. Maybe like a live trailing, like at 4,000 for 450K, and do an actual daily drawdown like Top Step for the 2,500 on a 50K. Either one triggers account blown. Yeah, but they can't do that because Top Step has the daily loss limit that doesn't blow the account. So if they have a daily loss limit that blows the account, they're going to get compared to Top Step immediately. And I think it's good. That's why wow, I just totally like brain reset there. Oh, that's why I like Top Step's daily drawdown, and I've talked with some members about it. If you're having these good days, but your bad days are wiping out your good days, then Top Step needs to be the first prop firm that you go with, because that daily loss limit's going to protect your downside. Like for a let's go with the 50K because that's what we've been talking about. Your daily loss limit's $1,000, but your like profit is uncapped. There's no consistency rule with Top Step. Now, if you start like flipping contracts and stuff, they do have, I think they have the rule where if you have more than 200 contracts traded in a day, they're going to ask for more information on why, especially if you're usually trading, 10 contracts. But with Top Step, that $1,000 daily loss limit, if you hit that, your account's just shut off for the day, but tomorrow you can try again. And the only way to blow an account is the max loss limit. And I'm seeing NQ about to break here. Seeing when it goes 2 up. All right, I'm in 93.50 on an extra. Anyway, but Top Step, your account's not going to blow because you hit that daily loss limit. Where am I? So, it helps your downside protection. If you make profit consistently and you're good at trading, but you just have these mental slip ups, then Top Step, you need to max out on Top Step first, because Top Step's going to help you not. You're never going to blow an account in one day with Top Step, ever. It's pretty much impossible. So if that's what the biggest struggle is, then that's what I would do. Or if the live trailing drawdown is the thing that you find out that's what's holding you back, then Top Step doesn't have that as well. But Apex, you get 20 accounts. So I always recommend to new people max out on Top Step and then max out on Apex. That's the way I would go if I were starting fresh. Also, why do I find every 2-2 reversal on these extra trades? Like literally crazy. But yeah, like I said, Top Step, your daily loss is capped and your daily profit's not capped, and they don't have consistency rules. So if we have a day where we like what was that Monday where we went up $500, if you made $25,000, they're going to pay you out. Well, you can take out 50% of that and then leave the other 50 in the account, and they'll pay you out that 25K or the 50% of it. And then tomorrow, if you're on a 50K, the most you can lose is 1,000. So it's a really, really good program. Doesn't groups only work with non-PA accounts? No. It works for funded accounts on Trade-Evate, I assume is what you're talking about, Wesley. And then for Ninja, I use the Apex Trader Funding one. I think their official website's like apexinvesting.org or something for their subsidiary company that sells the trade copier. It's not their trade copier, I've heard. It's another popular one, but they've just rebranded it. But yeah, the groups works for any accounts. You just throw the accounts under a group, and then yeah, it works like that. I've been using them for XFAs for a while. I don't know about PAs because I don't use Trade-Evate for Apex. I'm using Trade-Evate for Top Step Allen. And as soon as I can get off of Trade-Evate, I probably will. But mainly because I can't use brackets in Trade-Evate when you're doing groups. So I love to do brackets on Ninja where if I have a 10-point stop, I'm going to set it at a 10-point stop, 10-point TP for my 1 hour accounts, and then just let it ride. And then, same thing for 20. So I have those ATM strategies. But you can't do that on Trade-Evate and Top Step. So I'll probably be, I don't know. I'd have to blow the accounts to switch, so I'm not going to switch anytime soon, hopefully. But when Top Step X comes out, that might be the time that I ask to withdraw everything and then start over. Yes, rejected that pretty hard. All right, I'm going to close a break even on the extra. 30-minute candle. ES is not breaking out high a day. Oh, and I'm past my window anyway. It might go. It was pretty close. I think my trigger was like 4 or 5 points away for a TP, but break even. All right, let me get caught up here on the recaps. Long 1020. I am going to keep the trims one up for now. Probably trail down to 80. Trails up to 81. Okay, updated. And I think I only have one extra trade that wasn't break even, and it was a loss. Yeah, that's from yesterday. Okay. So the 1 hour count's up 3 hour today. Trims are up about the same. We'll see if this gets me a 4 hour trim, and if not, then it'll be about the same. On the month, 1 hour account is up 20.5 R, and trims are up a little bit under that. because there was like, well, it's probably around the same actually. I will throw it in a sheet. I think yeah, it's about the same. Yesterday was up, I think 11R, while the main or the 1R account was up 17. So it's probably a little bit behind, but that is it for me today. I'll be here tomorrow. Hopefully, good CPI day. CPI is in the morning at 8:30, and there's no 10 o'clock news. There's natural gas storage, so I'll have to be mindful of that. And then there is a 30-year bond auction at 101, but that should be a good day. Tuesday and Wednesday, I expected to be a little bit choppy. So coming out of here with really 1.5 losses, only 4 losses on the week this week, 15 wins on the main account, 20 wins and 8 losses on the 1R account this week. So a lot of trades and doing pretty well this week so far. So I'll see you all here tomorrow, 9:30-ish. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you're going to keep trading, use stop losses. Don't blow your account one trade. That's silly. Be safe trading today. It's pre-CPI. Probably not going to be catching